Welcome and welcome back to JUENFO Kitchen, where we just enjoy food. So let's enjoy this delicious, rich, creamy, hearty Jamaican red peas soup. We're going to start by prepping our peas and our pigtails. So in my pressure cooker here, I have 2 cups of red kidney beans that I've already washed. And I'm going to be pressure cooking this for 20 minutes. And that's 20 minutes from the time that it starts to pressure cook, not from the time that I put it on my stove. We're going to start to build flavor for our soup. So to this, I'm going to add some diced onion and garlic. Now you can also boil your peas, but that's going to take you a good hour or so. However, you can reduce the cooking time probably about by 15 to 20 minutes if you soak them overnight. For the pigtail, I already rinsed thoroughly in cool water a total of 3 times to remove the excess salt. I rinse with lime and vinegar to cut the rawness because I find that pork has that extra rawness to it, just like seafood. So what I'm gonna do now is to remove some more of that salt by adding it to my pot, bring to a boil and boil for a total of 20 minutes. Exactly how I did it in the barbecue pigtail video. I'll link it for you so you can watch it if you're interested. I'm going to change the water halfway, so that's at the 10-minute mark. And that's hot water that I will be re-adding. Never add cold water to a hot pot. Now, note the size of my pot. This is a huge 5-liter pot, so boiling it twice is sufficient. If you're using a smaller pot, however, you may have to do this a total of 3 to 4 times. While that's cooking, I'm going to go through the rest of ingredients. I have a pound each of sweet potato, yellow yam, and dasheen. These are our ground provisions. So the sweet potato that I'm using is the purple skin ones with the yellow inside. It's not the orange ones. That's a little bit too soft for soup. And feel free to add any other ground provision that you like. Also, if these happen to be over or under by a few ounces, that's pretty fine. It doesn't have to be exact. The good thing about soup is that it's pretty foolproof and you can easily adjust your ingredients. I already went ahead and made my dough in advance. I have a video that goes into detail on how to make Jamaican boiled dumplings, so you can check that out. I'll link the video for you above as well as in the description. Next, we have our vegetables. So I have my carrot here, pumpkin, and Cho-Cho. And I'm so proud of my pumpkin and Cho-Cho because these actually came from my garden. And here we have our fresh herbs, which is thyme, scallion, scotch bonnet peppers, which also came from my garden, and some pimento or allspice. And here I have my pack of cock soup mix and my coconut milk. I'm using fresh homemade coconut milk, but if you have store-bought, you can go ahead and use that instead. I'm gonna go ahead and peel and cut these up. Alright guys, so I'm done cutting these up. So what I recommend is that you leave your ground provision in some water, so this actually prevents the oxidization, which is what causes it to turn black. If you happen to see a little bit of this, that's okay. As soon as you add it to your pot, then it will completely disappear. So I pretty much cut these into bite-sized pieces. If you want them bigger or smaller, you can go ahead and cut them up as big or small as you like. And one other reason why I separated the ground provision from the vegetables is because I'll be adding them at different points in time, as you will see later on. So the pigtails are done. I've pretty much removed all the excess water, and what I'm going to do next is to just add the peas. And this is pretty much the texture that you want for your peas, right? Still a bit firm but soft enough. Next, I'm going to pour in some more hot water. So that's 2 additional liters of hot water. Next, I'm going to add in my ground prov, which I've drained the water from. And I'm going to wait until it starts to boil before I add in my dumplings. I almost forgot, I'm going to drop in a half of the pumpkin, and this helps to give our soup body. The other half I'm going to add in later on with the rest of the vegetables. My soup has been boiling for 10 minutes and now I'm going to add my dumplings. I'll be doing two shapes. I'm going to roll some like this. So that's one shape. And I'm also going to be doing some spinners. You want to make sure that your pot is boiling before you add your dumplings, otherwise they're gonna stick. If you're loving this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you will be one of the first to know whenever I post new recipes. I'm gonna cover and allow this to boil for another 10 minutes or so. Alright guys, so it has been another 10 minutes. I'm gonna start seasoning our pot and just look how good this is looking already, guys. This is so rich. In goes our scallion or green onion. I went ahead and chopped mine, but you can leave it whole and then take it out after your soup is done if you wish. And in goes the rest of the seasonings. I'm gonna drop in my soup mix, which I went ahead and sifted. You can leave the noodles in if you prefer that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add in my vegetables from now. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't added in any salt as yet. You wanna add that in last. And of course you salt according to your taste. I'm gonna leave this to boil for another 10 or 20 minutes. Alright, so another 20 minutes have passed. And the coconut milk, I added that about 5 minutes ago, which I showed you earlier. Now what I'm going to add last is my salt. And as I mentioned earlier guys, salt your food according to your taste. Now this does not need much salt, as you can imagine, because we got the salt from, some of the salt from the pigtail, and our pack soup actually had some salt in it as well. And just look how good our soup looks, guys. I can't wait to have this. So at this point you want to make sure that you taste and adjust according to your preference. If you want to add your favorite seasonings, spices or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. So this is perfect. So what I'm going to do is to allow it to boil for another 5 minutes so that the salt can dissolve and all the other flavors can come together, after which our soup is done. This red pea soup was so comforting. It was a perfect soup for the cold weather. It's a very hearty soup, so it does get thick the longer it sits. I have a few other soup videos. I'll go ahead and leave them here so you can check them out. Remember to like, share and subscribe for more delicious recipes, and follow me on my other socials, which are all linked in the description below along with the recipe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, live life to the fullest and just enjoy food.